Hey YouTube, it's your boy Big G with another review. So today I was thinking of watching a movie and I thought to myself, hey, you know what? Let's watch a classic. Let's watch something that I've seen probably a few times, but let's just watch it again just so I could be sure about what I'm going to be talking about. So today I watched Back to the Future, the first movie, and it's a pretty simple storyline. It's one of my favorite movies. It's a classic. It's a pretty simple storyline where Kit goes back into time, messes up the past, fixes the past, and then finds a way to come back. Pretty much simple. With all help with a mad genius whose only friend is a kid, which was kind of weird now that I think about it. Anyway, so overall, I think it's an amazing movie. I think I should talk about my dislikes first rather than. Actually, no, I should talk about my likes rather than so the dislikes don't seem so bad, I guess, after. I don't know. Um, Likes, I think the overall storyline was pretty good. It was at the time, I guess when it was released was very original. It was very like it was a hit. It was super hit. I love the whole, Doc and kid pairing sort of, um, as a cast and as characters they develop as soon as you meet them, right? Like, you got mad scientist, you got sort of high school kid who doesn't know stuff, but he's learning as he goes and he's figuring out as he goes, and everything is, oh damn, it's so heavy. Like, those 80s slang going on as well. It's just awesome. It was just awesome overall. I think it's a really good movie. um yeah, I think every character did their job perfectly well. um Marty McFly, of course, amazing and iconic. Emmett Brown, the mad scientist, of course, amazing with his great Scott dialogue all the time. And yeah, everyone else in support, very good. Now, there's a few flaws in the entire movie, and I want to go over them because they're sort of my dislikes. Um, the biggest one, which everyone probably already knows, is how Marty goes back into time, meets his mom. His mom falls in love with him, which is just, oh my god, that was just so uncomfortable to watch, and of course, to probably for him to act. Um, and he molests his mom in order to make her fall in love with his dad so he can fix the future, which is another flaw in my opinion. It's not a flaw, that's how the storyline went, I think, but in my opinion that's like a flaw because it's just ugh. That's why. But besides that, yeah, that's how the storyline went. Sometimes you have to do those things to fix the past if you mess them up. The way he did, of course. He had to do what he had to do to pretty much survive or be born, I guess, and go back to a reality where he could exist. Um, the biggest flaw is that both his parents meet a person called Marty, or let's say Calvin Klein, in the past, right before they get together, and he shapes their world, and then when they have a kid, I think a third kid, they name him Marty, of course, in sort of memory or just because they think it's a cool name, but he looks exactly like the guy, and they don't notice that. They don't notice that, oh, maybe the dad doesn't notice, oh, maybe my wife had an affair or whatever, and like, what the hell, he looks exactly like the guy that we once knew or got us together or something. And that is like the biggest, I think, the biggest time flaw or the flaw in the movie, I think, because that's like mind blowing. Like, the dad never notices his kid looks like exactly like another person who actually hooked him up with his wife. Like, wow, like that's like that's like, oh yeah, there was some cheating there, maybe, that should have crossed his mind at least once. But of course, they don't show that in the movie because they don't have time for that stuff. So, besides that, I think the movie was really good. The bully played his part, his posse played their parts. The guitar solos are, of course, very loud, but I guess that was what was trending for the 1980s and 90s, I guess. Of course, not in the 50s, it didn't work out, so that's what we saw. Overall, yeah, really good movie. I think a solid 8.5 out of 10, besides the whole creepy flaws and the biggest one of the world that I'm sure people notice by now and don't need me to point it out, but I noticed it eventually, so might as well point it out. Anyways, so I think it's a 8.5 out of 10. If you haven't seen it, please do watch it. If you have other thoughts, or if you think a movie has other flaws, or if you think the flaws weren't really flaws, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the movie. Let me know what you think about my review. Please do like and subscribe, guys. Please do support the channel. Please comment below and let me know which other movies you want me to do reviews about. I try to keep these reviews as short as possible, but sometimes you start talking and it just pours out and just becomes long. Anyways, guys, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Your boy Big G out. Thank you.